So thank you very much, Aizhan, for joining our podcast, Business Breakthroughs. It's very nice to having you in here. Obviously, we came together. We met in September last year. And then here we are, a few months later, shooting a podcast together, which is very good. And I know you started a new venture, new startup, which is in AI space. And obviously, there's something we chatted about, and it'll be really good to get to know you more, a little bit more about the AI and whatever else you would like to share. So I'll just give you some space now, and if you can start sharing whatever you feel like it's the best to start with.
Oh, great. Thanks. First of all, it was really nice to meet you at the Tony Robbins event. And since then we were keep in touch. So I'm very proud that we are now friends. And thank you for inviting me to your podcast. I'm very curious how it's going to go. So, and I know that you are quite a businessman and advisor and have a lot of initiatives helping people and business people. So happy to be here. And yes, you're absolutely right. I started my startup. Actually, Diffusio is a startup that can help solve the problem of all companies because usually the companies have a lack of presence in social media. Potential for the company can have one account, like official account in social media like Instagram or maybe even LinkedIn and Facebook, but it's only one channel. And nowadays we all know that when we do see it in Instagram or Facebook, we scroll the ads or the messages on official pages of the company. But we do like to know what our friends are doing, what our friends are working with, what are the projects, and we are curious to follow them. So we are solving the solution of companies' presence, brands' presence in all social media by working with employees of the company. So employees will share news about the company, project results, some interesting corporate culture initiatives, etc., etc., and all their sects will be curious, like their friends, what they're doing, what is the company is doing, what is the corporate culture. Maybe I want to be also part of the company, etc., etc. And when the employee will post on his personal page something about the company, of course, his warm contacts will see and read it. So, but the only issue here, probably, the employee doesn't have enough time to do that, or they don't know what to post about, or they don't know the compliance issues. And that's why a lot of initiatives from the employees, they just disappear. And we are solving this problem by introducing the AI platform that's going to do everything automatically. So the AI platform Diffusio will get to know the employee, how he writes, analyze his previous posts and all that was posted in his previous social media pages, and will write similarly and in like it was written by the person himself. Then the company, the moderator from the company, for example, the PR manager, who already knows what can be posted, what news should be posted, and already negotiated everything with the compliance. So this moderator will choose the topic that the topic should be posted on the personal pages of the employee. And this topic, AI will create a lot of posts for different types of employees, and they all gonna be personalized posts. That's what's amazing, that personalized posts can be created within 1 minute to hundreds of employees and can be posted in different times. So for example, imagine you as a finance guy will be posted this topic, for example, investment project of our company today, Monday, I don't know, 1 p.m. Another colleague will post about it at Tuesday, 6 p.m., another and Sunday, 3 p.m., etc., etc. So there's going to be a flavor of the information through all social media within different time zone, and it will be considered very natural because, first of all, it's not copy pasted, it's written in a very personalized form, and it doesn't require any effort from the employee himself. So what is the power here is personalized with zero effort from the employee, and can create presence in all social media within giving the opportunity to the brand and to the company to post real interesting results and create presence of the brand in social media.
Okay.
if I just explained it enough.
Yeah, no, you explained it very well. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that this is what it does. So it's actually very good. It's very good. It was your idea?
Yes, so the idea started when I started in MIT. When I did MIT Sloan, I decided that I want to create something meaningful that will help people to bring the value. And I know myself because I'm a corporate employee myself. So usually we don't have time to post anything about the company, even if we are asked to. So, for example, companies, for example, nowadays, companies ask like more or less popular people within the company to act like ambassadors of the brand. And they start to make it difficult to do the posting. But if we already noticed that even if the employee posts from time to time, once a week, twice a week, that it of course decreases because everybody has their own life. And they don't have time enough to post if it's well devoted self-care. So that's why that time they forget, etc., etc. So it reduces
Yeah,
effort.
I completely get it because, like you mentioned, I'm working with a lot of business people, entrepreneurs, and one of the main thing is like you need to do social media, and then there's like I don't like social media, like I don't care. I mean, we are living in this world, so you have to do it, and otherwise you are out of the game already. So you must. It doesn't matter if you like or you don't. You have to. When I started posting in 2020, a little bit more, I didn't enjoy it as well when I started. It's like, what shall I be doing and how to do it? And I understand what people have to struggle to do it. And I'm talking about people who are the business owners who actually needs to do the living from it. And being an employee obviously is very different because like you have a salary. It's not like if you don't post, you don't get a client. The company will have their own sales team and they're gonna get you clients. So you have your part. So this is even more difficult. And actually, the platform is very good. What you are saying is because, like, when I look at a lot of companies and a lot of profiles, so sometimes you see like you said, like people follow people, right? And
Yeah.
nobody cares about the company. Elon Musk has more followers than all of these companies probably combined together because nobody really follows like Tesla and that is in this car and this car. Nobody cares. They cares about what he's saying, right? So. And and very often, like when even myself, I want to work with some company, and I don't see that any kind of face of the company or not many people. It's very kind of you don't feel like to do business with them because there is nothing really personalized about it. It's just logos and hiding behind brand and everything, but nothing personalized. But you are solving that problem, which is very good, especially exactly what we were doing on UPW with Tony Robbins, right? So we were there, 13,000 people jumping up and down, posting about it. 13,000 people were posting for Tony Robbins, promoting him essentially.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the idea. So I think there is obviously, like I mentioned, like it can be used for all companies. It's a big market for that, especially for companies with more employees, because if they can utilize that software where you have the Diffusio, so then obviously they can, really skyrocket their sales and they can move much faster, right? So have you started applying it in companies already you are in Kazakhstan, right?
Yeah, I'm based in Kazakhstan, and we already applied it for a lot of companies here. So one of our first clients was PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers. It's a Big Four consulting and audit company, so it's international one, and that's why it was good for us to get to implement it in international companies because it's also a brand. So a brand that can talk for our brand as well. Then we also have it with different banks, local banks. And just recently we signed the memorandum of agreement that we're going to work with the government already. We signed with the Ministry of Energy, and also we signed the document with the Bayterek. It's a National Investment Fund of Kazakhstan. And of course, there are a lot of other businesses that maybe they're a little bit smaller, like insurance companies. Oh, by the way, I just forgot. We also started collaboration with the United Nations of Central Asia. So we're going to be official tool of all actions of United Nations here in Central Asia to promote the activities that are done by the members of United Nations. So we are growing, and I'm very proud of it that such a big companies are choosing our startups, and nowadays also planning to go globally. I had talks with in MENA companies, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Emirates, Saudi. They're also very curious, and of course a little bit in Europe, and of course targeting the market of US. Yes, that was a fun going.
And when did you start with this company?
We started to build the product around a year ago, and we launched the product itself already in September this year to go to the market. Since that time, we already have all these clients. The step, of course, we wanted to grow faster, but it still requires time to.
I mean, all these things what you mentioned, the banks and everything there, and nations, it's like you are doing really well.
Hopefully, we'll do better.
and how is that possible? How is it possible that you launched in September and you are already signed such a big contract, like you mentioned about the government of Kazakhstan and then the nations? Like, is it the connections you are having? Is it something what you obviously learned in your corporate job? Because obviously, I know if you are doing investments like finances, right? So you obviously know a lot of high-end people, and obviously you are moving in the right circle. So is that something what is helping you?
Of course, the network, the connections are helping, but it's only helping with the introduction of the product. For example, it's easier for me to meet with the person because I know somebody personally and explain what the product does. But the success of the story is only when the product really matters, really can bring the value to the company and like ministries, etc., etc. So that's why they're willing to listen to you for the first time, and they're gonna go with you further if they like the product. Yeah,
absolutely. The product needs to be obviously very good. Otherwise, you can have all the connections you want, but if you don't have a good product, some people use it for a while and then they'll change it. So it's very good you are speaking about it, because I think for the audience, for the listener, it's very to understand that, because when I started with my businesses in the past, it's like I didn't really understand the power of connections as much. I wasn't focusing on that. I was like, okay, I'll do this. This is my product or service. And I wasn't building relationships. Oh. And Aisha is gone. She clicked the wrong button.
I'm so sorry. I lost the connection.
As you can see, guys, that's what happens. You can have a Diffusio in Kazakhstan, but connections is lacking. So that happens. I actually have a bad connection in here where I am, because I'm in my office is on the farm. And when I moved here a year ago, I didn't check actually what the Wi-Fi connection is here, and there is only one Wi-Fi connection, which is satellite, and it's kind of not as strong. So, do you have anything for that, please, in your Diffusio to boost my connection?
We'll think about it.
Anyway, what I was sharing is the power of connections, and I wasn't focusing on that in the past, and I was moving very slow. And now I'm actually putting a lot of effort in relationships and building those connections. And sometimes it feels like it takes time, months, sometimes years before something happens. But if you obviously keep doing it, it will happen. And you can clearly see with yourself where you are building those relationships for years in the company. And now when you launch a product, it's kind of going, right? And I think it's very important if you want to share something about that power of connections and relationships, because a lot of people, they don't really put any effort into it, and they feel sometimes they need to trade something. Like, if I'm going to give you my time now, then I'm expecting something in the back. But no, you give time.
Develop it, absolutely. Yeah, maybe something that I want to share with you. It is one lesson that or advice that one of my mentors told me years ago. Because we all eat at least 3 times a day, so try every day to have at least one meal with somebody new or with somebody that is not your warm contact, somebody you want to improve your own. And so that's why usually at least once a day, for example, I meet for the breakfast just to get to know the person, to improve our connections, to warm up our connections. And then maybe next time I can have a lunch and next time I have a dinner. So all my meals usually are already planned in advance in order to develop better relationship with people. And of course, you don't expect the deal to happen with the person you just met. Even if you're bonded, you still need to build trust between yourself, and the trust that is settling, then growing through the period of time you know each other. And her absolutely right. Nowadays, networking, trusting, getting to know people is the most important thing. It's kind of soft skills that you have to do, so soft effort that you have to do in order to build anything. It can be your product and then sell the product, or it can be a corporate job and then you still need to do something, or even just the most important thing, you are not expecting to sell something immediately. I think the most important thing is to become friends with the person. Even if you don't have any businesses in future, you still have much more friends. And this is something that is amazing. And sometimes maybe if the friend will like your idea, he will support it. If the idea is not worth it or he doesn't like the idea, so of course, even the friend should not risk his businesses just to support. But the most important thing is that you are getting more friends, even like us. We started talking to each other on the event, on Tony Robbins events, just liked each other, what we are doing, what we are bringing to the world, etc., etc. And now we're having this podcast. We're not expecting something crazy from it, but of course it will be good if something happens. But I'm just really happy to talk to you, to have this podcast, and to really become friends with you. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So you are definitely right, and I'm going to a lot of networking events, and I host also now for this year like a professional speaking association. So I'm running it for this year, and the thing is, or I go to property networking events but the event itself is like for 3 hours, right? You have the speakers, you have people sharing things, and then you can pitch for 20 seconds, right? But then I meet someone, and I have a conversation with that person for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes during the break. Not very long, because then you have another person. And the person now approaches me and they were like, hey, I have this service or product. Do you want to buy it? I'm like, hey, hold on. I only know you for 10 minutes and you want to sell me something already. And to be honest, I was like that years ago, because this is where I was like, hey, I'll, be doing that. But I realized it doesn't work like that. So it takes obviously a lot of time to build that relationship. And I was thinking, okay, if I go, like you mentioned, the lunch, which is very good, actually, thing to meet new people. I really like that idea. But even if I go one lunch, if I would say once a month with the same person, I'll spend with that person maybe an hour per lunch. So 12 hours over the period of 12 months, if it's the same person. And yeah, 12 hours could be good enough to build a relationship and trust. And then I was thinking, what Tony Robbins is doing, right? He's doing events, 4 days, 5 days, platinum partnership, bringing people together. And then I realized I'm going to do the same. So I started doing the masterminds, which this is the 3rd year we are doing them. And basically we bring people together for 5 full days, like Tony Robbins does. We spend together with small amount of people, not 13,000, but like 12, 20 people. And when we are together for like 10 hours a day, so we spend together 50 hours. So everybody in that group of 20 people are very good connection, they build trust. Exactly. And now we can basically help each other. Even though, let's say, I don't need that person's service or product who are in the room, I probably know all those people, they can benefit from that, like yourself. Like, I don't have a big company like that, which I could benefit from Diffusio at the moment. I don't have that many employees, but I know people who have companies and they have employees. So it's about that, right? So it's very important, and especially when it comes back to UPW, we met, but also we have also videos, we dance together. It's like, oh yeah! better not to show my wife. Anyway,
No, they're proper.
But I also spent time with another people, which a little bit more than with you, because usually I met them on the first day, and then I was thinking like, yeah, I can make some new connections the next day, which I did, but let me also build up on the connections that I already did. So when I saw them, I'm like, let's have a breakfast with them or something. So kind of deepen them up. And with that saying so, I had 3 people now in January on the mastermind from UPW who we met newly. And now those 3 people are coming again in Romania in April to another mastermind, plus another person who I met on UPW, and I'm dealing, today I suppose I would call with another person, he's from Moldova, I think, to come to our mastermind. And it's because we built very strong connection to UPW. So some people are saying like, why I should go to UPW or any other event they've been in before? I'm like, because there'll be new people. So
Yeah, new people, and something that you still have to remind yourself, because there are always, even the same information in your different stage of life will be received differently. Yeah, so I mean, every time we go there, it's really important. So I joined Tony Robbins Plaid membership, and of course he has a lot of similar jokes, similar steps, but every event you receive them differently. You take something different out of his story. And I think keep going to these types of events. For example, if the people to your masterminds will come, and these gonna be the same people, if they gonna just build stronger relationships, stronger trust, and still you're gonna learn something new every time.
exactly, yeah, it's very powerful to do that. So do you have many events planned for this year, 2026, already in your diary?
Yes, I have a lot of deals now going on in probably in Dubai, so I'm gonna travel there quite often. Also want to now I take some pause for the Tony Robbins, because I just got a little bit tired of flying to US every time within this crazy time difference. But maybe starting from April and May, I will join back to go to these trainings. Before that, I need to grow already with my Diffusio project. And then because in summer, Tony Robbins has very interesting sessions and events, like more personalized, because in the first part of the year, they're more general. So I could skip them, but starting from May, they're going to be already very personalized and much more interesting. So I'm planning to do that. By the way, in March, I'm coming to Europe. Yeah, my sister lives there. I told you, last time that she lives in Poland, but we're going to travel through Europe. Yeah.
You mentioned, and when is it you are going, you said?
My sister, when? In 20th of March, maybe for 10 days. It's going to be traveling through the Europe. We'll be happy to meet.
But do you know where in Europe you will be traveling? You don't know?
I'm going to come to Poland, Warsaw, and from there she will create the the plan for us where we're going to go. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm coming 25th of March from Australia. So you're probably here for another 5 days. Or you will join us. You will stay, no, you can stay longer, and you can stay there for Romania Mastermind, and you can talk about your Diffusio with us. That would be an idea. 5 days in Romania.
I've heard, I've never been to Romania, by the way, but I've heard it's a very beautiful country.
Do you know where we're going to go? I would say don't tell anyone who's coming, because it's a surprise for them. But we're gonna go to Dracula Castle.
Oh, yeah, okay. Just doing the podcast before that.
Do you know what? They don't listen. They don't listen. They are like, I do this all the work, interviewing some amazing people like yourself, sharing all these ideas and insights, and people are too bothered to listen. They are like, I'm busy, so they're not gonna know. They're not gonna know. So yeah, in the Dracula Castle, what we're gonna do? So we're gonna have the dinner, obviously, but I'm bringing 2 people, which it's gonna be focused on branding. So we're gonna we'll be interviewing them, and it's all gonna help with every other person business. So they managed to interview that and that person. And my business partner is flying to Thailand. He wants to bring one person who is having over 1 million followers on Instagram. So that would be very good for everybody to get the branded from, and especially to do some collabs on the post, on the content, to get people's kind of services or products out there. So that's kind of what is the purpose of that, you know?
Yeah, to help others also to
Yeah.
share this advantage of huge followers. Absolutely. Yeah. We'll be happy to know the details.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. And then regarding the Diffusio, like, are you building it to sell, or are you building it for like, there's going to be some kind of transition from your work in the future, or why are you doing it, and what's the goal of that company?
At the moment, I'm not planning to sell it. At the moment, my goal is to grow it and to become an international company. I don't think I want to sell it. Of course, I want to have strong partners. If somebody would like to join us as a partners and help us grow faster, more efficiently, etc., etc., I would be happy to have the synergy from a stronger player on the market. But in the nearest future, I'm not planning to sell it. I'm just planning to build, the media platform that will help to be seen. Because right now we are creating posts, we are creating pictures there. You can soon we're gonna implement video creation as well. So we just give us order message as a prompt, like put me there, add me this suit, give me the suitcase, for example, and write the name of the brand behind or here. And this is the post I want to talk about. And then it will be spread within all social media. And if you want to create a video, it's also can be created a video. So there's going to be a huge platform that will be spread within all social media, like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn. And lately, LinkedIn, for example, in our countries, is very widespread. So business people will make a final decision, as you said yourself, that you need to see if the brand is known with some face, the brands, there are representatives and they are active, they're sharing. So if they're very actively sharing, then you can trust what's going on in the company. And usually nowadays, business people go to LinkedIn or go to Facebook or Instagram, what the business they are in, depending, and see what is going on with the people there. And then they make a final decision if they're going to work with it or not, because they want to trust the company they are partnering with. And as there are so much competition on the market, of course, even the price can be similar. But if you kind of think that you know the person, if you just online can follow the data, you're still going to trust him more than the company that is closed and don't have any presence on social media. Yeah.
It's about like, I'm focusing on that a lot since last year. I have joined JT Fox, not sure if you know him, he's from USA. He's focusing on wealth and he's one of the most paid business coaches. And basically, it's very different than Tony Robbins. He actually doesn't like Tony Robbins. But he's focusing on, especially on creating wealth and businesses. This is basically what he's focusing on. And I'm with him since March. Joined as like insiders for like a 10-year partnership, and we are focusing a lot about branding, right? How powerful it is, which I never thought about with me or with my business, because when you look at the big brands, you are seeing obviously there is an actor, with I don't know whatever coffee. The coffee must be good. Probably they don't even drink that coffee, but it doesn't matter. It's a branding by association. People recognize that person, right? So they're like, it must be good, and they'll buy. So that's the difference. So
yeah. But nowadays, people don't trust already actors or prepared bloggers or influencers. They trust just normal people because they understand, as you said, maybe they probably don't drink this coffee. And now we have this coffee. And now we have this perception by, yeah. Yeah, people usually already don't trust actors because they said, okay, this is prepaid. This is the ad. And it doesn't mean that the quality of the product is good. That's true.
Yeah. So you are right. So there are some people they do, they don't, and it's very interesting to see like how people are reacting. Since I started focusing on that this year, like branding with more obviously people above me. Like I have in here on photos. I don't know if you see because it's probably zooming on me. There are some people I met this year like Charlie Sheen and Mario Lopez and all big names. And I didn't never care about it as much, to be honest. I was like celebrities, but JT speaks about that. You don't care, but people care.
Yeah, people.
So then, and then he told us to use, these are your assets, you need to use it wisely. I'm like, okay. So he told us how to use it, and he's having his own AI, which will be, I could share that with you after. It's very different than yours. What is you doing? And basically, I start making posts about it, and people are like impressed by them. Like it's just a photo, like or I just done the interview. It's nothing major, but it gets the traction. And if people should decide, let's say if I'm a business coach, and I have a second business coach, which is exactly the same skills, we have the same price. And on my same website, but the only difference is that I have their photos with some people like that, and they don't. They're gonna choose me because I'm more branded than they are. And I never knew that until last year. So this year and last year, I'm focusing on that a lot. And like you are saying, you would like to partner with maybe in the future when you can be some strong player, because they're gonna have a better branding, so they will be strong players, so they can get you to more deals, right?
Yeah, this is the synergy. Yeah, to find the synergy. And you're absolutely right. People will trust you because you're better branded. And it's not only, it's B2B businesses and B2C as well. So every time you're going to go to the market and see, oh, I know this person, he did this, and I trust him. And sometimes it feels like you know the person because you've seen him in social media quite a lot.
Absolutely. And even the small things which some people don't see it, like you mentioned, like you joined the Platinum Partnership, and a lot of people, they go to Tony Robbins, they know how much is it, and it's expensive. So, it's like not everybody can do it. So if you meet someone who joined that, you are like, okay, so they are playing the game on this level. So it's already built that credibility of that person who you are talking to. And obviously there can be different programs, different people, but it already shows a lot, right?
Yeah, and especially with the level of they play and also the dedication that they're doing for self-development, like growth, etc., etc. Yeah, because it's not only money, but it's a lot of time, a lot of effort. Actually, find a week every month. It's a huge effort because of our crazy active lives. If you're just getting out of the business for a week every month, it's quite a dedication. Yeah, no matter how you're an employee or you have your own business, so you still have to devote a lot of time to your personal growth. It's also the value that we can cherish within the people, see that they want to grow.
Yes, absolutely.
This is also a level of dedication.
Yeah. Then doing an event in April in Scotland, 25th of April. It's about M&As and AI. You should come and speak about your Diffusio.
It's another one, not in Romania.
I do a lot of events. I do like 10 events this year.
Oh, wow, you're a star. I'm very proud of you, really.
I like events. I find it very good because it's an environment of business people usually. We help each other. I organize and I host it, obviously, so I get everything organized. And then basically we help each other. Or me and Louis, my business partner, we coach people as well. While we are there, we do have experiences like you do have with Platinum Partnership. So now when we came back from Poland, I think I've sent you the photo, or maybe you saw on Instagram, we were skiing and doing spa. We was in Romania. It's going to be Dracula Castle and 2 more surprises, which I'm not sharing. And then every time we do something like that, we combine the experience, because I really like what Tony always is saying. Information without emotion is rarely retained, so we are adding a lot of emotions to that so people cannot remember it. And then I remember, I was running an event and I get this 3 people which attended my mastermind. It was a year ago, and I asked them, because obviously they were my testimonials in the room, and I was telling the next mastermind to the people in the room. And I'm like, can you share something about the event? And they're like, the firework was amazing. I'm like, okay. Yes, firework was good, I know. What else? And they were speaking only about the experiences, only about the things, nothing about it. They learned about the business. I'm like, oh, well.
Yeah, but do you remember something you felt more than something they learned? Yeah. Then when you learn something, you're going to implement it, but you always remember how you felt at that moment. Yeah. This is very nice. You have a great people, helping other people, helping them meet each other for the networking and then become friends within these 5 days of 10 hours, not only learning, but having emotions, having feelings, and having all the fun, because I know that you're also creating a lot of fun activities. Then it is, yeah. And this fun activities, active, like sport or something, some other activities will help them to bond, you know?
Yeah, and now when we've been in January, like I was saying January, it is January, we were skiing, right? But so funny it was because maybe you remember him. His name is Vitatus. He's from Lithuania, and I met him on UPW, and he told me he's a ski instructor, and I'm like, "You are a ski instructor?" And I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Come to my mastermind in January. It's skiing," and he's like, "Okay." So he came. So he was there.
I remember, yeah.
Because 80% of people who came, they never ski. So only me and two other people, they knew how to ski. But because he was there, so I didn't need to care about these people. I'm like, okay, you are a ski instructor, you take care about them, and I could ski. so otherwise, I would need to be showing them some things, but I'm not a ski instructor. One thing is to know it, but the other thing is to teach it. So that was very helpful. Like you can meet very good connections on those events. So I'm very happy I met you because I know we're gonna do some things together either this year, next year. We'll definitely create something good. Especially I'm into AI a lot as well. I want to know as much as possible. And what you have with Diffusio, it's very, very good, very powerful. So I think we can definitely leverage each other and we can put it into more companies and utilize it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be happy to, especially with all your connections. And if you see that the company potential will need it, I will be happy to explain more, to show the demo, because the product is not only focused on big corporations or big companies. Even small company can use it within 3 employees. It's already, so even imagine each employee has at least 1,000 followers, like usually friends in one social media. In several, it's going to be multiplier. So it's going to be already 3,000 people within 3 employees who are going to know what is going on. And we can, you can create this informational, I don't know, taste or flavor to just keep calling, sharing. And LinkedIn is just amazing, a social network that, for example, if somebody of your friends just liked it, your post will be shown to all their friends. So it's going to be much higher than even geometrical progression, who going to see potential your posts. So that's why even within 3 employees, it's already working. And if the company is bigger, of course, the reach to the people will be much bigger. But you can start with anything here.
Yeah, I mean, LinkedIn is good. LinkedIn is huge. Definitely, it's a good platform. Like you mentioned, people like, people comment, and then it just rolls.
Just go viral, yeah. And especially because this is somebody within your colleagues, partners, friends, they're going to see in LinkedIn, in Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, or whatever, that what's going on within the company, and they will going to see the product. And maybe one of them will see, I have an example, like one of our banks showed the real example with the usage of our app. So they were telling something, sharing the product. One of the salesperson shared the product. Another accounting person shares that they participated internally in one kind of project, and she was happy to be part of it. And then when the third person was explaining the same project, then finally the guy was like, okay, I just want to try it because already 3 of my friends, in any case, somehow shared a little bit about it. And then he became a client, because 3 different people just share this information. And maybe he will not become a client from the first person, second person, only when he seen from different angle the information about the project. Then he was like, okay, maybe I need to try it. And yeah, that's how the bank creates a new client, just for sharing information from the employee's perspective.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I would like to ask you a last question. Have you ever felt down where you wanted to not do it, maybe not this business? I mean, it's just here also, maybe it didn't happen this time. Maybe in your company you were like, let's not do it, let's rather forget about everything. And if you were feeling low in the past, what helped you to get through it?
I think it's very normal to have ups and downs, because we're people, have hormones, we have, I don't know, life going on. And if you're upset for something, of course, it can also influence your decision at this moment. But eventually, I just, I'm a big dreamer, and I always have some big dream that helps me move forward. Every day I wake up and think about what I want to accomplish within long term period of time, not just today, but long term. And having this picture inside of me, in front of me, helping me to still keep going forward always every day. Sometimes I go slow, but sometimes I run, depends on my current situation. But having this understanding of what you want to achieve, what you want to give your kids, what you want to provide to your parents, what you want, like to have all this big picture, it's helping to keep going in your own speed, maybe. Like today, when you're down, you can just even stop moving because today you're down, but next day you wake up and you have more energy and you still have this goal or dream to achieve. And that's why next day I'm gonna run because I need to catch up. Because yesterday I didn't do anything. That's why my life is very active. I think yours is very active too. You just travel all around the world because you also know what you want to achieve, what you want to have, what you want to give to people you love, to people around you, etc., etc. And this is what motivates me. It's not only having, but also giving. And when I give something, it brings me even much more happiness than only if I receive. So something that I want to give. And I don't remember who told it, but of course, if you are much more successful, you can give much more to other people that are in need. So that's why it's the goal to become successful, and then like you share the knowledge, somebody helping with the money, somebody's helping with other stuff. So everybody has to give something, and then our society will be happier in general. And giving just helping me personally also to be happier. That's why I want to become successful and give at the same time. Yeah, that's what's maybe what reminds me of why I am doing all of that every day.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, like Tony saying, secret to living is giving.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sharing this idea. Absolutely.
Perfect.